Hey, what is going on? This is Super Simple Fixes, and today we are going to be changing the spark plugs out of a 2014 Honda Accord. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, here's some of the tools that you're going to need for this job. The extendable magnet, a long extension for the ratchet, a shorter extension. The boot protector is optional, I guess. The breaker bar, ratchet wrench, spark plug gap checker, and 14mm socket and a 10mm socket. And it would be nice if you have a torque wrench, just to see how much force you're putting into tightening up the spark plug. We don't actually have one. I didn't realize that, so I'm going to try to do this job without it. I would highly suggest that you get one though. Okay, obviously you need to make sure that you have the right kind of spark plug. Double check your manual. It'll be in there in the back in the index. After that, you got to pull bolts off of this cover. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right up here. All right, this is the last one. I've done the other 4, and I'm just going to go ahead and break this off. There we go. All right, I'm going to put the phone down and finish this job here. All right, so now to get to these coils, we got to go ahead and pull this bolt, this one, and this one off of there. Still using the same wrench. So I'm going to go ahead and put the phone down again and break these things off. Now that we're done with the bolts, we're going to go ahead and lift out the coils one by one, kind of working it out. Loosening it up by hand first before I take all of them out of the slots. So that's it for the next step. I'm going to put the phone down, pull them all out. I'll show you what it looks like. Here the coils all pulled out. The spark plugs are down in there. I actually undid this little clip right here so that this piece will free up and I can pull these 2 out. But that's it. We're going to go ahead and get in there, pull the spark plugs out. All right, so now I got this socket and a 14mm, and I pop it in here. I actually already loosened it a little bit because it required 2 hands and a little bit of extra torque. All right, so right now it's loose, and I'm going to pull the plug up and show you what it looks like in just a second. All right, so this piece right here was a little tough. Couldn't break it out using the wrench that I was using, so switched over to a breaker bar. Gave me a little extra torque. Make sure you're going to the left, lefty-loosey, and then you just, I pulled out the first 2, and now I'm on the 3rd one. Just wanted to let you guys know that I had to switch over to the breaker bar because it was a little tough to unscrew. Okay, so now that I've got all these coils out, I'll take this little extendable magnet, pop it in here because you couldn't pull it out with the actual wrench. And there it is. Ooh, it's old. All right, this is the old spark plug. This is a spark plug gap measurement tool, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of tuck it right in here and rotate it and see where it stops. You can kind of see it's like right about 0.040, and so the new one has to be about the same. Okay, we don't actually have a torque wrench, so we are actually estimating the amount of torque that we would need to tighten this up. You don't want to over tighten it, but you don't want to under tighten it either. So what you got to try to do is like at least feel out how much force it took for you to remove the spark plug and try to reproduce it. Alright, so we're going to take some of this stuff here, the spark plug boot protector, throw some around the end here, and that's it. We're going to shove it back in there. I'll do the other two. Get right back. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining right now. So anyway, I'm just going to set this in there, try to line it up. There we go. Go left first, let it drop in. Tighten it up by hand. Do the same for the other three. You can go ahead and tighten it up afterwards, after we get them all tight by hand. Tighten it up a little bit more using the ratchet. There goes nothing, right? Sounds good. It's actually my first time changing the spark plugs in this car. I've done it once as a kid, so it's been a super long time since I've done it. This one's super easy. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave it on down below.